This video is brought to you by Into sports.ca. If you live in Canada and are sick of paying duties and taxes on your online orders, visit www.intosports.ca for the best online prices in Canada. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing video for a pair of Nike Mercurial Vapor 8s in the brand new CR7 colorway. We'll start with the bag that you get in the box here, and it's unique in that it doesn't feature a Nike swoosh on the bag at all. On the front of the bag at the bottom, you're going to find a Mercurial logo in pink, as well as Ronaldo's brand new signature logo in gold, which is basically a heart with a X running through it. And then on the back of the bag, or front of the bag, whatever you want to call it, you have in cursive or this calligraphy style font, it says "Love to win, hate to lose," which I think is really, really cool. It looks nice in person. So if you want to get a better idea as to how this actually does look in person, there will be a link in the description to the review page on our website. That'll give you some close-ups of not only the bag, but the shoes as well. Give you a better idea as to how it does actually look in person. Also keep in mind the bag is only featured with the top-end models. So if you buy a Miracle, a Glide, or a Victory, you're not going to get a bag. But as far as this colorway is concerned, this is a graphic that's going to be exclusive to the CR7 colorway and will only be featured one time as far as I know. Very, very unique. As far as the colorway itself is concerned, it's kind of got this stealth element to it in that when you're standing in the grass, or like for right now, for example, when I'm holding it in my hand, it appears to be a very, very bright shoe, even though the upper is predominantly black. But if you're standing in the grass, you're not going to see most of that pink section on the shoe. But as soon as you lift your foot out of the grass, you're going to see all of that pink. So when you're standing still, it's going to look like a mainly black shoe. But as soon as you start moving, you're going to see all of that extra flashy color on the upper, which I think is really unique and a well thought out graphic from Nike. As far as the colors themselves are concerned, you have a predominantly black upper, like I've mentioned, accented by these white swooshes on the outside and inside of the shoe. And then around the whole entire shoe itself, heel to toe, you have this ring of two colors, which is starts with like this light blue, sky blue like color, and fades to a very, very vibrant pink at the bottom of the sole. The studs are pink, as well as what would normally be the clear plastic on the sole plate is actually a solid pink as well, which again looks fairly unique in comparison to past colorways from the Vapor 8. You also have these little gold accents running throughout the shoe with the Nike swoosh on the tongue, the All Conditions Control logo on the tongue, as well as on the heel you have the Ronaldo heart logo again, and then it says Mercurial in gold as well. Very, very cool. As far as the upper itself is concerned, if you haven't noticed already, it's gone back to that faux leather finish, but you still have the ACC upper, which I'll explain right now. If you're not familiar with ACC or All Conditions Control, it's essentially a process that is permeated to the upper, and essentially what it is a wet control element, if you want to call it that, and it basically allows for better friction against the ball in wet conditions. Something that's very cool and is noticeable when you are playing in the wet, but does add somewhat of a unique feel on the ball when in dry conditions, something that you will get used to, but it is noticeable in comparison to a shoe that does not feature ACC. Like I said, this has the faux leather finish as opposed to the somewhat mixture of the faux leather and the suede finish like we saw from the original retro orange release of the ACC Vapor. But as far as to the touch, it feels very, very similar, even though the finish isn't identical. So in terms of feel, they should feel very, very similar. Other than that, guys, this is pretty much your standard Nike Mercurial Vapor 8. You have the nice, very thin Tasian synthetic upper. Provides a very close touch on the ball. There's not much there between your foot and the ball when you do make contact when you're wearing these type of shoe, which I think is really great. Super thin tongue, nice and flexible. And overall, this is probably one of the best thin synthetics currently out on the market. Very comfortable shoe to wear as well for being how light that it actually is. As far as the insole is concerned, you don't have your standard orange insole. Instead, you have a black insole featuring a gold rectangle. It says Cristiano Ronaldo. You have the Nike swoosh, and it says 00000004. That does not mean that I have the fourth pair. It does not mean they're not numbered in any way, these shoes. It just means that it's the fourth version or the fourth colorway in the CR7 line of colorways. So this is the fourth model. If you remember back, there was two versions of the Safari, and then there was that kind of silver one with the navy lines running through it, and now this is the fourth version featuring the black with the blue and pink ring around the bottom. So very, very cool. Both insoles will feature that logo on there. And then as far as the sole plate and stud pattern is concerned, again, nothing has changed from all of the other Vapor 8s. You have your glass fiber sole plate with the double layer through the heel and midfoot to offer a little bit more stiffness through that midfoot of the shoe, and then of course you have a single layer of glass fiber through the forefoot to allow for a little bit more flexibility when running. This is the firm ground stud pattern, so you'll notice a strange amount of studs for a firm ground stud pattern. You have the 2 in the back and basically what is 4 in the front with a support stud in the middle. And this is a stud pattern that is designed for firm ground, but really does require the ground to be firm. Not like a lot of firm ground stud patterns where you can get away with wearing them on artificial grass or even on harder surfaces. This is something that really does require the ground to be able to, for the studs to be able to penetrate the ground easily enough. Otherwise, you're going to have some issues as far as stability and grip is concerned. Really, you need to wear these on firmer to softer ground surfaces and natural grass only. Otherwise, you are going to run into some issues. Also, another feature I've almost forgot to mention on the upper, just like the original version of the ACC release, which was that retro orange, you still get that vinyl, clear vinyl like coating at the ringing around the front of the forefoot here, and this is basically there to allow for a little bit better durability, allows for a better bond between the upper and the sole plate of the shoe, just to keep the shoe from ripping prematurely. And that runs, you can see it's a little bit more shiny. You'll see it in the high quality pictures on the website if you do want to check that out, but it runs from the outside of the forefoot all the way around the toe box and then stops on the inside of the forefoot. Very, very nice, and it's nice that they did include that on the upper. But other than that, guys, that's it for the CR7 Vapor 8. Like I said, if you have any questions about the shoe, go ahead and leave a comment down below. And as far as getting a pair of these, if you are interested in getting a pair of CR7 Vapors, they are going to be very, very limited. So as soon as they are available for purchase, I highly recommend getting a pair if you are interested in one, because they're not going to last long. They're more limited than you may think they are. So like I said, if you want some, get some right away. There will be a buy it now link right in the description. It'll be the very first link. So go ahead and check that out if that does interest you. Other than that, guys, like I said, any questions you guys have, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Be sure to like the video. And if you have any other questions not related to the video, go ahead and check out the my Facebook page. There'll be a link in the description of that as well. Also, if you haven't gone and checked out the review page on my website, that link will be in the description as well. You're going to find buy it now links with the best prices online, including some SR4U coupon codes to get you guys some additional discounts, as well as the exclusive high definition pictures to give you a better idea as to how these shoes actually do look in person. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this shoe, and as always, guys, thanks for watching.